Damien Harris, RB 48 last year, 106 rush attempts, 462 yards, 3 touchdowns, 17 receptions, 23 targets, 97 yards, 0 touchdowns. Thoughts on Damien Harris?
Injury bug caught Damien Harris a little bit last year on top of the emergence of Ramondre Stevenson. I think Damien Harris is actually the top back here for Buffalo. I think he's going to see a lot of run there. James Cook will see some more pass catching work for sure, but I think Damien Harris is going to get first crack at running the ball there for Buffalo. So of the Buffalo backs, I have picked Damien Harris as like a kind of a fourth running back in most cases of how the draft board's being shook out for me. So I'm not opposed to it. I've done it in a couple different leagues. I think he has the safest floor of the Buffalo running backs, but James Cook probably does have a higher ceiling just because he's a little bit more dynamic. But that being said, if the goal in Buffalo is to not have Josh Allen run the ball as much, well, then that means Damien Harris is going to get some more run. So I think you're probably going to see him end up with somewhere in that 850, 900 yards rushing. Touchdowns are what's going to be interesting, right? Josh Allen does vulture a bunch of those because he is so big and strong. He can jump up over the pile. So, is 4 or 5 the right number? Possibly. I think you'd really like to see him get up to maybe, 6, 7 touchdowns to really kind of get your value out of Damien Harris. But nonetheless, if you're looking for a piece of Buffalo, right, and you're not able to grab Allen or Diggs, who we'll talk about in a second, I think Damien Harris is a nice piece to have.
It's funny because, we talked about a guy from a different team, Elijah Mitchell, right? He's going right around the same area as Damien Harris, about 7 picks. So it's right there in the same region. But I see that Damien Harris has more standalone value than an Elijah Mitchell does, right? Different situations, obviously, where Elijah Mitchell's playing behind CMC. Damien Harris is playing behind James Cook, but is he actually playing behind him? So I think that the value is better for Damien Harris, but based on the guys that they have brought in, based on this running back room that they have assembled, it feels like running the football more with somebody other than Josh Allen is going to be a priority for this team. So I like that idea. Again, like I said, it looks like it's gonna be running back by committee.
And this is one of those that when I really kind of go through it, I think that we're going to see almost a 50-50 split between carries between James Cook and Damien Harris. And then you'll see James Cook in there on the third downs far more than Damien Harris to it. But again, this is one of those that I think we're going to see probably somewhere around 150, 160 carries. Kevin, I think you're probably pretty close there with that 800 or so yards on this one, maybe about 5-6 touchdowns. So yeah, you're kind of drafting him as you're kind of drafting where he'll kind of finish there. There's other guys though going in that similar range that I think I'd rather take my shot on than Damien Harris, but he is an interesting piece of the Bills offense here. I'm going to go other directions for the draft capital needing to be spent on that one.